Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of NSS unit of MGM School of Physiotherapy, Navi Mumbai, I would like to take an opportunity to welcome our very own Dr. Anita Kumar for sharing her views on elderly care during COVID-19 pandemic. Ma'am has completed her international public health degree from Australia and is now pursuing residency JR3 in geriatrics. She is also involved with several old age homes and is passionate about treating the elderly. She believes in holistic approach and brings in perfect combination of spirituality, mental and physical well-being that makes her special in today's day and age. Cheers to Dr. Anita Kumar and thank you ma'am for accepting our invite for this program. Over to you ma'am.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to COVID care in elderly. I hope you enjoy this journey of this presentation. COVID is not end of the world, but be aware. I know COVID is all around and you're always worried, but it's not end of the world. It's not something that you're going to die or something like that. But you need to know what are the precautions. You need to know what it is like, right? You know, the holy Bhagavad Gita begins with Arjuna's grief. Aren't we all like Arjuna? हम कितने दुखी है, हमेशा दुखी है, चाहे कोविड हो ना हो, हम हमेशा ही दुखी रहते हैं और उससे हमारे पास कितना कुछ है और फिर भी हम उससे उभर के आने की कोशिश करते हैं. We have to in ways and lots of ways and means get out of this grief and come to terms with whatever the situation is, come to terms with whatever reality is. Right? So we have so much yet lack the ability to enjoy what we have. So the current international status, this is probably the most boring slide in the entire presentation because who wants to know the numbers यार? कितना numbers करके मतलब numbers करके हम सब numbers करके ज़्यादा stressed रहते हैं, है ना? So currently the confirmed, we have got 3 crores of confirmed cases worldwide, with deaths being 11 lakhs and new cases being about 3 lakhs. While the current Indian scenario is that we have confirmed cases of 75 lakhs and 55,000 new cases. Deaths are approximately 1 lakh and active cases are around, as of today now, exactly like I saw about 1 hour back, 50,000 new cases we have recorded today. So imagine Hamara, and there was a time when we were recording almost 97,000 new cases. We were almost going to reach 1 lakh, pata hai? And now from there to come down to 55,000 cases, it's such a good thing. I know we are still bad in terms of the rankings. We are second in the world with the most number of cases, etc. But those are because of sheer numbers. We are huge population. Imagine if the same population was there in other countries as well with the same density. So of course there is a lot of issues there. This is the world map. I wanted to just tell you, show you where India is, where China is. Actually, before I tell you anything further, the thing is that this presentation I had actually made for the Red Cross volunteers and the general public because I wanted to just show them, because a lot of people, you might be aware, you guys are quite well established, well educated and all that, so you will understand it. But a lot of people were not even aware where China was, where India was. So it was just a general, just to give a idea of the world map. So this is Wuhan. You saw China, right? चाइना का ईस्ट कोस्ट में वी हैव वुहान. ह्यूबेई शहर है, उसमें वुहान करके एक जगह है. ओके, वहीं से ये सब ड्रामा शुरू हुआ है. This is the horseshoe path. It's a reservoir. The reservoir for the coronaviruses. you know what causes this disease, right? The virus, coronavirus. उसको SARS-CoV-2 बोलते हैं. So that particular virus reservoir is this horseshoe bat. These are the wet markets of and meat markets of Wuhan. And I wanted to tell you that this coronavirus have has come into humans via the intermediary host called as pangolin. तभी आपने पढ़ा ही होगा, you need to have a good agent, host and environment relationship for transmission of the viruses from the host to the final organism, so that you can so that it gets established, right? So pangolin is the intermediary host. So bats say somehow that viruses come into pangolins, and pangolins are a delicacy. Not only pangolins, even civet. This is a civet. This is uska body is like a mongoose, but the legs are like cats, and they are both nocturnal animals. Okay. In Marathi, they called it ood manjar. Yeah, ood manjar. And in Bengali they call it khasas, I think. So these ये जो animals हैं, ये कोरोना वायरस को humans में transmit करते हैं, because humans tend to consume this animals. इनको roast करते हैं, उनको हम लोग कैसे तड़का लगाते हैं और उसको मैरिनेट करते हैं, तो वैसे ही उनका मीट भी ऐसे मैरिनेट और रोस्ट करके खाया जाता है. You can see the scales of pangolins, they are used for medicinal purposes. These scales are dry form में तो कोई in wet form में तो it's not used. उसको dry किया जाता है, उसको powder किया जाता है और फिर उसको medicinal use किया जाता है, and उसका body जो है meat के लिए use किया जाता है. This is pangolin soup. I'm sure you काफी लोग काफी टेंशन में आ गए होंगे कि नॉनवेज तो आज से खाना ही नहीं है. Okay, so civet, this is again the civet, which is again the intermediary host. These are the wet markets of China, Wuhan. Now there were two theories. One theory was established by the epidemiologists that bats say, pangolins and civets say humans आया है. And initially these viruses were non-pathogenic. Once they transmitted to the humans, it became pathogenic. That is why so many humans started dying. और ये कैसे पता चला उनको? Suddenly they started seeing some pangolins and some civets dying on their own. They started falling sick अपने आप. Then they started investigating. तब पता चला कि these animals were eaten by humans, and therefore the virus that got transmitted to humans, they were pathogenic in nature. Now this is Wuhan Institute of Virology. It was said that this particular institute had lots of viruses under study, and ajeeb viruses that you will not hear of also, and viruses that are going to cause a lot of harm. So it was assumed that, rather, there were lots of speculations that this particular virus left the confines of this Wuhan Institute of Virology and reached the common man. The seafood market was said to be the place from which this virus was found, probably because of the epidemiological link, but also speculations were rife about the presence of the viruses from Wuhan Institute of Virology. But it was only 20 miles. 20 miles ज़्यादा नहीं होता है एक वायरस को घूमने के लिए. The Wuhan Institute of Virology. So who is at most risk of heat stress and COVID-19? Hot weather will not stop the COVID-19 from spreading. You know that, right? People over 65 and especially over 85 are more vulnerable. So the patients who are actually coming to our hospital are also mostly in the higher category of age group, and that is what makes them perhaps their immunity, low immunity levels, and allied medical conditions is what makes them more vulnerable, like hypertension, diabetes. That apart, pregnant women to hai, and people who have or are recovering from COVID-19 also are vulnerable, because there is a lot of stories and a lot of understanding that secondary infection can occur, repeat infection can occur. Okay, so let us see what is the new normal. What is the new normal? So this Hindu Muslim bhai, uh, Hindu Muslim Sikh Isai, हम सभी है भाई. So the point is that in this pandemic, we are all, we are absolutely all are working for humanity's sake. All of us are helping humanity in some way or the other. We are not here for a fighting on religious grounds or faith based grounds. Right now, we are all working towards saving humanity, irrespective of your background. COVID 19 isn't over yet. Did you know that? COVID 19 isn't over yet. It is still around, even though the numbers are reducing, it does not mean it is coming to an end. Because you never know when the second wave may come. So, protecting the most vulnerable are important, right? Especially the elderly. Need to wear a mask, watch your distance, and wash your hands. You know what, हमारे पुराने जमाने में हमारे माता आई मीन दादी दादाजी हमेशा यही कहते थे, बाहर से आते ही कुछ हाथ मत लगाना, पहले जाके वॉश करना, पूरा हाथ पैर वॉश करो, ये सब कहते थे. एंड दीज वर थिंग्स दैट यू फॉलो. कोई भी वायरस कुछ भी नहीं होएगा आपको. द ओल्ड टाइम जो भी प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स दे हैव एडवाइज्ड यू ना, वो फॉलो करोगे तो देर इज नथिंग इन द वर्ल्ड कैन दैट कैन टच यू, इवन द एल्डरली. So to just be a little careful around them. So what are the COVID appropriate behaviors? आपने तो टीवी में देखा होगा. How are the inappropriate behaviors of mask wearing? ये तो पता होगा ना. मतलब सब चैनल्स में तो you know how they wear the mask. The thing is that even if you are affected, I mean, even if you wear the mask, it has to cover your nose and your mouth, right? Even if you're talking to somebody, even if you are listening to somebody, even if you are not just walking around, you have to cover your nose and mouth. Okay, that is the only way. Because क्या है ना, aerosols निकलते हैं when you speak, aerosols निकलते हैं. और ये aerosols, if you are positive, then the aerosols will linger around and it can affect someone else. You will be the reason for someone else getting affected. Why do you want to do that? So you need to wear the mask properly and use basic hygiene mechanisms. बदल कर अपना व्यवहार करे कोरोना पर प्यार. So, this is one thing important. Children below 5 should not wear the mask due to the risk of suffocation. Now, let us dig a little deep. Since you guys are a little थोड़ा सा कॉमन मैन की तरह नहीं है ना आप लोग. You all have some technical background. You have some understanding of biology. You have some understanding of physiology, etc. Let's dig a little deep into COVID. Coronavirus disease was caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome, that is SARS-CoV-2. It was the genus. It is a single-stranded RNA virus. You know what is a RNA virus, DNA virus? You know that, right? RNA virus positive sense RNA virus है और negative sense RNA virus है. You know that. So this particular coronavirus is a positive sense RNA virus, single stranded. Okay, so अगर cross section करते तो कैसे दिखेगा? ये जो आप देख रहे हैं ना, spike glycoproteins, this is what is used to attach to the particular any sort of organ. So ये spike glycoprotein के through you attach to the organ and then the effects are seen. So where all will the spike glycoproteins attach? These are the various areas: nasal, lungs, ileum, heart, eye, liver. They attach onto the ACE2 receptors which are present in all these organs, and that is how they have their effect, because once they attach to the ACE2 receptors, there is internalization of the virus. Okay, and then further action of the virus takes place, replication and action. So you have to realize that whatever cell in lungs do not have maximum ACE2 receptors, yet lungs are the main organs affected. Some may show gastrointestinal symptoms like diarrhea, cardiac, neurologic symptoms like stroke, etc. This is a little clinical. Maybe if you are into respiratory aspects of physiotherapy, you might understand. Lungs show either mild congestion and alveolar exudation or acute respiratory distress syndrome with hyaline membrane or histopath of acute fibrinous organizing pneumonia. There is I told you, no, there is extrapulmonary involvement also. This is an CT scan of somebody's chest of people who are involved, who have got COVID. So this whitish colored, dirty kind of a look on the CT scan is called as ground glass opacity. You can see on A, B, and C there is not much involvement, but in D, E, and F there is massive involvement, which means the person who has D, E, and F is more affected than A, B, and C. So the chances of death amongst these people are higher. I'm not saying it is 100%, but it is chances are higher because their condition is worse than the above. So what are the extrapulmonary involvements? So you have ocular, you have blood and lymphatics, cardiovascular involvement, olfactory and gustatory when you have, when you can't smell, can't taste, and that is commonly seen these days. Cutaneous involvement, renal involvement, hepatic involvement, gastrointestinal, diarrhea, neurologic, stroke involvement, right? And Kawasaki disease is commonly seen in children. Now, this is a just a slide. I just wanted to tell you, what is incubation period, right? So, when the viruses enter the body, till the time it is visible as symptoms, is called an incubation period, and this is about 4 to 5 days. Lagta hai. So what happens is once the viruses come in, they reach a peak and then they will start falling. By 8th to 10th day, we are almost aviremia ho jata hai. But this period is called as the viremic phase, and there is an overlap with 2 or 3 days of inflammatory phase. So once the viremic phase is over, then the inflammatory phase starts. So whatever effects of viruses are there now, it is seen in the later part of the disease course where there is host inflammatory response, and this leads to worsening of the patient's condition, and therefore you can see that in stage 3 hyperinflammatory period, when there is excessive inflammation, virus तो नहीं है, virus तो खत्म हो गया, लेकिन वायरस के वजह से जो आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स है वो इन्फ्लेमेशन के वजह से लोग मरते हैं. ठीक है. So what are the potential therapies? There are several antivirals, antimalarials, nucleoside analogs, and convalescent plasma. See, all treatments are just एक्सपेरिमेंटल. आज तो मैंने 1-2 दिन पहले ही शायद पढ़ा था कि रेमडेसिविर ट्रीटमेंट इज यूजलेस, ऐसे बोल रहे हैं पेपर्स में. and some research articles also saying the same. So I don't know what most of the treatments are only experimental. There is nothing for sure, क्योंकि अगर कुछ श्योरिटी के साथ होता तो वैक्सीन की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती, है ना. दिस इज द मोस्ट फेमस पिक्चर एवर, एंड सबको शायद बाय डिफॉल्ट पता है. ये रात को जाके ये दिखाओगे तो सबको ये पता चलेगा कि कोरोना वायरस कैसे दिखता है. That's interesting. So let me then start with my experience of working as a doctor in the COVID area. So first the patients come in the ambulance. You must have seen ना आगे वो अपना जहाँ से एंट्री मारते हैं, तो हॉस्पिटल के साइड से एंट्री मारते हैं ना, तो वहां से पेशेंट्स आते हैं एम्बुलेंस में या चल के आते हैं, और फिर हम एक बार अंदर आते हैं तो वी गेट द पेशेंट इनटू द ओपीडी, एंड ओपीडी में हम उनका पूरा सवाल सवाल पूछते हैं. वी टेक देयर कंप्लीट हिस्ट्री. यू नो व्हाट इज हिस्ट्री टेकिंग, वो तो तुम आपके फिजियोथेरेपी में भी यू टेक एवरीथिंग ना. सो यू हैव टू टेक द कंप्लीट हिस्ट्री, the comorbidities, what are their previous investigations, if any, what is their current condition, is there any epidemiological link, which means आपके घर के आसपास किसी को कोरोना हुआ है, आपके घर पे या बाहर जिस आपने किसी से इंटरेक्ट किया है कि जिसको कोरोना हुआ है, आप खुद क्या कोविड पॉजिटिव है. These are some of the questions, and based on that, the patient is categorized as mild, moderate, and severe. And of course, उनके vitals लिए जाते हैं. I had a video, unfortunately, I couldn't get it here, but so these are some of the things that we check for, like fever, cough, sore throat, breathlessness, etc. Your internet is all right. So you have all those epidemiological links and all you have to check, and then categorize them accordingly. You either admit the patient, or you send the patient home with medications, or you shift the patient to ICU. What are the typical symptoms we see in coronavirus? Fever, cough, dyspnea, myalgia, and headache. But apart from these also there are other symptoms which are not very common. बट फीवर, अगर फीवर होगा ना तो 100% टेस्ट करवाना ही करवाना है, because 98% of the chances is that if you have a fever, then there is a highly, I mean very good chance now that you might have COVID. So once we fill out the OPD forms, we decide patient needs admission. Then accordingly, we fill the IPD sheets and then send the patient for admission to the various areas. So this is a nasopharyngeal swab. Matlab, we are sending the swab until the posterior aspect of the nasopharynx. And why is it important? Because there is a lot of fluid and cells in this area which will contain the virus. The virus will be present in the fluids within the cells, and we need that. Only then we can tell कि भाई पेशेंट कोविड पॉजिटिव है या नहीं. इसीलिए ये स्वैब जो है वो पीछे तक जाता है, और वो स्वैब they will rotate it once or twice and then take it out. बहुत दर्द होता है, अगर आपने किया है तो आपको पता चलेगा. बट मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया, मैंने खुद 3 बार एक्सपीरियंस किया. थैंकफुली तीनों बार मैं नेगेटिव आई थी. एंड and this that area of the nose or body, it's not used to having anything, it's used to free flow. तो अगर कुछ ऐसे स्वैब या कुछ भी आ जाता है ना उधर, या तो आप छींकने लगते हो या तो बहुत इरिटेशन होने लगता है, because nobody is used to having something in that area. Okay, therefore it is a little painful. This is an oropharyngeal swab. We need lots and lots of more peer-reviewed studies to know whether an oropharyngeal swab is better or a nasopharyngeal swab is better in case of COVID. बहुत जगहों पे दोनों लेते हैं और कुछ कुछ जगहों पे सिर्फ नाक से लेते हैं. So we'll have to see. We don't know much about which is better as of now. This slide I just put because I wanted you to know that what is a normal SpO2 levels जब patient आता है. This even you should know. It doesn't matter whether you are a clinical, non-clinical. Once the patient comes to the OPD, we check the BP and pulse and SpO2. ये तो घर पे भी आप करते हो SpO2 levels. So what is normal? Anything greater than 95 is normal. Anything less than 94 will be, you have to be vigilant about this patient. Okay. And if it is patient has COPD तो ठीक है, 88 to 92 COPD में ठीक है, but 88 उससे 3% अगर कम हो जाए, then again you have to be very vigilant. तो अगर 85 94 to से कम हो जाता है तो it is called as hypoxia. Patient is hypoxic, उसको ऑक्सीजन की जरूरत है, इसलिए patient will be started on oxygen. हाँ, अगर लेस देन 85 है तो सिवियरली हाइपोक्सिक है, तो 100% उसको ऑक्सीजन इन डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स लगेगा, मतलब ऑक्सीजन इन वेरियस वेज ऑफ डिलीवरी ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. या तो आप नेजल कैन्युला से कर सकते हो, या एनआरबीएम से कर सकते हो, या हडसन मार्क्स से करते हो. दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट इज गुड फॉर द पेशेंट. मैंने ये स्लाइड रखा ताकि आई कैन शो यू what are the BP levels, what are the normal BP levels. अगर BP elevated होता है तो patient should get admitted if he is COVID positive. COVID positive with allied diseases like diabetes, hypertension. Usually you should get admitted because you never know when things will deteriorate, and you don't want that, right? Do you? So you don't want to unnecessarily take the patient home and then hope that it will become better, and suddenly there is some deterioration. Then you have to run back to the hospital. So it's always best if you have allied issues like blood pressure and hypertension, you admit the patient for a few days. If patient is okay, you can always get discharged, right? So these are the various way I told you, oxygen देने के अलग-अलग तरीके. First one is the nasal cannula. So if you have little requirement, then you can use the nasal cannula. If you have more requirement, then you will use the Hudson's mask. And if you have even more requirement, which means Hudson mask डालने के बाद भी अगर oxygen levels normal नहीं हो रहे हैं, then you have to wear an NRBM. This is a picture of a patient on BiPAP machine, and he's just telling the doctor thank you for everything. Doctors are applying the BiPAP machine. BiPAP सुना होगा ना, ICU में अगर काम किया होगा तो सुना होगा, या तो अगर आप you've still not gone into the clinical aspects, then this is a machine where we put on the patients who are unable to breathe. अगर NRBM मैंने बताया ना पिछले स्लाइड में 3 टाइप्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन डिलीवरी है, अगर वो 3 काम नहीं करे तो आप BiPAP मशीन लगाओगे. और BiPAP machine is for positive airway pressure, and there are 2 pressures in this, which is the inspirational pressure and another is the expirational pressure. Now that depending on what level of oxygen and how much the patient is able to tolerate, we use the BiPAP machine. It's better than a CPAP machine. Chalo. Now something more fun. Let us talk about something more fun. These are my stories as a doctor treating patients. This has perhaps been the most adventurous time of my life. I have never faced a more so-called emotional, mental upheaval in my life, because there was so much of stress, and yet you had to be focused. You had to ensure that the patients get the right treatment, ensure that the patients are admitted correctly in the right ward, and immediately whoever is more important gets the treatment first. This is called as triage. So the person who comes first to the counter does not get serviced first. Okay, That means if you come to the counter first to be first, you may not get serviced first. I will first see the person who requires, who's the most salvageable and who's most serious. If there is somebody who's more serious who comes to you first, you will give them treatment first, and then I will look. Suppose if there is some hypoxic patient, I will look into that first rather than a fever, cold, or cough. Right? So this was something that I wanted to tell you. So one day there was a police officer who came to me, and this was in the starting parts, somewhere around March, April. So now during that time it was just the beginning of the pandemic, and when the pandemic had just begun, there was so much of stress. Every police officer getting affected. So many of them died also, and this police officer was so worried. He came to me with so much of stress. He wanted to get relieved of his stress. He thought he's got corona, he's going to die very soon, and he wanted to get admitted. I said, sir, इतनी जल्दी एडमिट होने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको तो कोविड के सिम्टम्स भी नहीं लग रहे हैं, तो एडमिट करके क्या फायदा. एंड दैट वाज अ टाइम व्हेन वी डिड नॉट हैव बेड्स, many beds. So the beds had to be reserved for the more important people and the more people who are actually affected. ऐसे ही एसिम्टोमेटिक पेशेंट्स को देंगे बेड तो फिर बस खत्म हो गया. So that's why I told him, I explained to him, I gave him a lot of pep talk. I was लगभग half an hour लगा मुझे पूरा explain करने में. उसके बाद he stood up and saluted me. पता है, I was shocked. Why would he salute me? And हम तो salute के लायक भी नहीं है यार. ये तो बहुत बड़ी चीज है. So he said, sir, madam, कुछ नहीं, deal or no deal, this is my thank you to you. So I felt very happy. That was one happy moment during COVID, and I have a whole lot of stories I could discuss with you about my happy moments. Of course, there are many more sad moments, but there are equally, if not more, happy moments too while while dealing with patients. So the next day was actually very sad because it was very difficult. It was heavy. The mornings were extremely heavy. I found it very difficult to manage, and hence that day, my shift was ending at 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was like, at 7:55, I'm just going to leave. I'm done. I'm done. I'm no more. I don't want any to deal with any COVID patients anymore. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm frustrated, and I was sort of having a mental breakdown also. But that time, exactly at 7:55, one patient came in, and as good moral values suggest, you cannot make a patient wait, right? You also know that. So we took the patient in, we examined the patient. It did not take us more than 10 to 15 minutes to realize that the patient needed admission and perhaps an HDU or a serious admission. So serious bed would be needed for the patient. So, but then these the patient itself was about 90 something, and their children were around 60 something. So they stay somewhere close by only, and they had taken their patient all over Mumbai, hospital to hospital to hospital to hospital. अरे bed ही नहीं मिला. For all the hospitals were apparently not willing to admit this patient because she may be COVID करके. So this was in the starting, तभी pandemic के time, इसलिए people were not admitting. So then finally, after like a 12 hours, 13 hours, they were roaming around. Finally, they came to MGM. Madam, please admit कर दो. Within 15 minutes, I told them, okay, we'll admit. And this was the time we were chock-a-block with admissions. Absolutely. So मैंने अपने सीनियर्स को बताया, सीनियर्स ने इतना ब्यूटिफुली अरेंज कर दिया उनके लिए, ऑर्गेनाइज कर दिया. दे मेड स्पेस फॉर द पेशेंट एक्सेट्रा. तो और पेशेंट एडमिट हो गया. एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम द रिलेटिव्स वर वेटिंग टू फॉल एट माय फीट. दे वर so happy that चलो फाइनली एडमिट हो गया. वो मुझे बोल रहे थे, मैडम बाकी सब हॉस्पिटल्स में हम देखे ही नहीं कि इतने अच्छे डॉक्टर बात करते हैं हमारे साथ। आप हमारे साथ क्यों इतना अच्छा बर्ताव कर रहे हो? तो दैट वाज अनदर moment to smile and moment to rejoice for me. Something that when goes down in my books, which I'll be writing probably next year, hoping to write actually. So now finally something more important and something that is for which we actually came here. Problems every elderly faces today. It is the problem of uncertainty. Every time we get up to the daily scores, देखने के लिए भाई daily score है क्या? आज का अ, आज का क्या है? What are the numbers today? ठीक है, इतने सारे मर गए। अरे बाप रे, हम कब होने वाले? So the acceptance of grim realities of life is what we need them to understand. They're also quite unstable, right? The older people, physically, emotionally, mentally. इसलिए you have to have patience with them. You have to understand their situation. भाई इनको भी problem हो रही है. You could be a caretaker for the elderly people if you have grandparents, right? So they can have physical, emotional, and mental instability. Also make them believe, take the belief that yes, everything is fine, everything is going to get better soon, and we are all going to live happily ever after. At least you make them fake the belief, because once you make them fake the belief, at least to some extent they will feel happy. I know this is a very painful situation, but eventually we will all win. I have no doubt about it. I am 100%, 1000% sure we will win over COVID. The elderly are more prone to COVID, right? You need to monitor the symptoms regularly. बदलकर अपना व्यवहार करे कोरोना पर वार. Need to take extra care of the elderly, spend more time with them, regularly monitor their symptoms, right? And do not allow visitors at home, right? If you are a caretaker, then what you should do? Wash your hands frequently, avoid crowds. क्राउड्स मतलब ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स भी बोलेंगे ना कि मैं नीचे चौपाल पे जाता हूँ, या भजन कमेटी मिल रहे हैं, भजन में जाता हूँ, बाद में आता हूँ. भजन करने का समय नहीं है. भजन या एनी मीटिंग फॉर दैट मैटर, 2-3 लोग से ज्यादा अगर मीटिंग कर रहे हो तो इट इज नॉट डन. Keep your hands away from your face जितना हो सके, and smile. Smile is the biggest gift that the universe has given you. Just your smile can make a huge difference in the life of the elderly. To be frank, मैं सच्ची कह रही हूँ. दूर से स्माइल करो और तुम्हारे ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स खुश हो जाएंगे, पक्का 100%. Teach them to be happy. Many are stubborn. Obviously they are living their second childhood. वो सुनने वाले तो है नहीं, पर आपको पेशेंस रखना होगा. पेशेंस रख के उनको समझाना होगा. उनको वो ये नहीं बोल सकते माई वे और द हाईवे. टीच देम टू वेक अप टू द सनशाइन, एक्सपोज देम टू सनशाइन. थोड़ा सा भी जगह, अगर ए वन रूम किचन हो विद एक विंडो इन द रूम ऑल्सो, then also the patient should be exposed to sunshine, क्योंकि vitamin D deficiency can also present as depression. So it is important that you let them get exposed to sunshine even in the small amounts. चलेगा. Take care of their mental health, isn't it? As a caretaker, your prime responsibility is to take care of their mental health. Physical health तो है ही, लेकिन mentally भी उनको activated रखना चाहिए आपको. Take the time to listen to their concerns of your loved ones. Please, we need only physical distancing, not social distancing. That term of social distancing is totally wrong. We don't need social distancing. We need physical distancing. सोशली आप बात कर सकते हो, व्हाट्सएप करो, वीडियो कॉल करो, कुछ भी करो, बस फिजिकली दूर रहो. यहाँ पे I wanted to tell you that you can use barrier nursing, especially for patients who are infectious, who are positive. You can use barrier nursing. What is barrier nursing? Is when there is some barrier between you and the patient who is infectious, or if you have some infection that can be transmitted to the patient, which you don't want to happen, you know. So that's why you have to use barrier nursing. Encourage to think beyond normal friends, which means हर कोई मतलब बाजू वाला है तो उनसे बात कर लिया, दूर से बात कर लिया ठीक है, बट उनके घर पे जाके बात करो ये सब नहीं चलेगा। और अगर आपके रोज 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 के दोस्त आप मिल नहीं पा रहे हो नीचे ग्राउंड में जाके, तो आप बस उनको लाइक आपके जो मेल मैन है, पोस्टमैन है, गार्ड है, वो आपके अगर घर आके कुछ डिलीवर करते हैं तो थोड़ी देर उनसे बात कर लो, उनसे थोड़ी गपशप कर लो, ताकि यू हैव टू एक्सपैंड योर थिंक बियॉन्ड योर नॉर्मल सर्कल ऑफ फ्रेंड्स। हमारे इंडिया में फेथ कम्युनिटीज आर अ वेरी बिग एस्पेक्ट ऑफ सोशलाइजिंग। तो अभी के लिए जस्ट फॉर सम टाइम वी विल हैव टू होल्ड on. It is always best to hold on for some time. Okay, show them how to use the various apps, and always, you know, you should encourage people who know them or people around you to write notes and send cards to them so that they feel happy about it, right? So good sleep hygiene matlab ensure that they don't sleep during the day, they should sleep only in the night. Okay, so that their sleep is not affected, perfectly time पे सोने का, perfectly time पे उठने का, that is the most important. अगर sleep hygiene अच्छा रहेगा ना तो दिन अच्छा चला जाता है। और the way to keep them involved is to organize photos, memorabilia, share their favorite songs and movies. Please only physical distancing again. Avoid unnecessary doctor visits. As every chronic illness है और इसलिए डॉक्टर विजिट करना जाना है, ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए। Nothing, if something is really affecting the patient and really um, you know, regular check, basically regular checkups के लिए नहीं जाना है। If telemedicine is available, you try to use that. Ensure that they know emergency contacts and make them learn the symptoms if they need help. Viruses don't discriminate. Then why do you and I discriminate? Why should we cause stigma to the disease? Why should we cause difficulty for people to approach the doctor with the disease? You know, if, I'll tell you one story where my own friend, who's not a doctor on the field, um, he is COVID positive, and he kept telling me, Anita, don't tell anybody I've got COVID. अरे भाई, उसमें बोलने वाली क्या बात है? Why should you not tell anybody? And if you tell, then people will know. They will at least be aware of it, and they will ask you how you are, and you know. So basically, you should not discriminate. हो गया है तो you deal with it. You should not. आप अगर if you know somebody in your building who is above 60 or elderly, who is staying alone and with you know, husband wife staying alone, they might need some help. Call them up, take their numbers, call them up. They need any help, help them. Buy the, don't allow them to go to markets. You can go to markets, get something for them. Any pharmacy medical requirement, you go and get for them. That is one way you can also help them. Be the change you wish to see. अगर आप किसी में चेंज देखना चाहते हो तो आपको पहले बदलना होगा। आप किसी और को बदल नहीं सकते बिना खुद के बदले, राइट? So you change first yourself, and then only you can expect others to change by action. So this is an elderly man saying thank you to everybody. So that's the end of my presentation. This is my email address. So if any further queries, obviously you can mail me on dr.geriatrics@gmail.com. But also you can follow me on my YouTube channel, which is Defeating Aging. Stay well, guys. Stay safe. And thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Anita ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Yes.
audible.
Yeah, my name is Poonam Desai. I am a PhD scholar doing my PhD under Dr. Rajni ma'am. So the information that you shared right now is really, really helpful because I'm also doing my PhD thesis in elderly individual to evaluate the level of functioning. So
Okay.
thank you very much. On this occasion, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor of MGM Institute of Health Sciences, Dr. Shashank Darvi sir, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Nitin Kadam sir, Registrar Dr. Rajesh Goyal sir, Director Professor of MGM School of Physiotherapy, Dr. Rajni Mullarpatan ma'am, our valued invited speaker, Dr. Anita Kumar ma'am, and NSS unit of MGM School of Physiotherapy, Navi Mumbai. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of MGM Institute of Health Sciences and the entire fraternity of MGM School of Physiotherapy here together, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Anita Kumar ma'am for delivering such an elaborate and informative talk, also for gracing us with your important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions today. I also want to thank NSS unit of MGM School of Physiotherapy for hosting the event. A very thank you to Dr. Rajni ma'am for giving us this opportunity. Thank you once again to all the dignitaries.